Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity, Trump versus the resistance, with the 4th of July right around the corner, a few hours from now. One of the biggest social justice warriors in the country is showing his patriotism by calling the American flag racist. That's right. Ex-NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick reportedly told Nike that its shoe featuring the iconic Betsy Ross flag was offensive because 250 years ago, some Americans owned slaves. Nike subsequently pulled the shoe from its store shelves. Keep in mind, this is the same Betsy Ross flag prominently displayed at President Obama's second inaugural. There was no outrage back then. I didn't hear from Colin Kaepernick. But naturally, many in the mainstream media are backing Nike's decision, Kaepernick's faux moral outrage notwithstanding. Take a look.
This Republican and this faux outrage is just, it's almost laughable. I mean, look, the flag, it represented a period of time where, with all due respect, I was 3/5 of a human being. And so that is an issue. People don't want to go back to that time.
When you look at that early version of the American flag, what does it symbolize?
Well, it symbolizes, I see the colonies, and that leads directly to slavery.
In some cases, the Betsy Ross flag has been co-opted by white supremacist groups like the KKK.
Now, this flag has been used by people who want to pummel African Americans, Latinx, Jews, and other people, neo-Nazis who want to claim that they have their true copyright on American identity. So why not choose a flag that is representative of everybody?
Of course, it's not just the media. Several 2020 Democratic candidates also weighing in and trashing the great American flag. Joining me now to talk about it, Salem radio nationally syndicated host Larry Elder, Catalina magazine publisher Cathy Areu. Good to see you both. So, Larry, I guess Colin Kaepernick runs Nike these days. And so, you know, what's next? Red, white, and blue sneakers will be banned? No, white sneakers will be banned because, you know, that's white supremacy.
Who knew that Colin Kaepernick had this kind of power? My goodness. He was able to get Nike to recall a shoe that they'd already manufactured, all because he complained. What would have happened had Colin Kaepernick not complained, Greg, and the shoe had come out? Nobody would have cared. So this was all Colin Kaepernick's call. It is absolutely stunning. And he doesn't have a problem with the flag, as you pointed out. Obama had not one but two big Betsy Ross flags at his second inaugural. And the current flag that we've had since 1960 has 13 stripes on it, one of which for every one of the original 13 colonies, and it's got 50 stars, 13 of which are, again, representing the original 13 colonies. So Colin Kaepernick has a problem, not with the Betsy Ross flag, but with flags in general. And don't go to a Philadelphia 76er game, because that same Betsy Ross insignia is their logo.
Right. You know, Cathy, I mean, come on, I'm confused. It never occurred to me that I thought 13 colonies was represented by the Betsy Ross flag. Since when is it really meaningful as white supremacy symbols?
Since Colin Kaepernick brought it up, and it's caused so many people to have a conversation about it and think about it. So now he is the final arbiter with moral supremacy. Not the final. No, not the final at all. For Nike, it's the final. He is starting the conversation. No, Nike's made billions of dollars with this partnership with Kaepernick. He is a social justice warrior. He is starting or part of a counterculture movement in this country that is so American and so patriotic to question everything. Don't just believe everything. Let me ask you this. Why isn't Colin Kaepernick concerned about Nike moving a lot of their production jobs to China, which is one of the world's biggest abuser of human rights, including imprisonment and torture and execution of people who dare to disagree with their government? But I'm not hearing Colin get upset about that. One issue at a time, and Arizona is taking out its factory, and California is saying bring it over to us. So we should be very upset with Arizona. And they're moving it to China. So he is bringing that to light, that Arizona is taking away 500 jobs. Well, California has said bring them to us. So California is actually complaining about China taking the jobs. So good for Kaepernick to make a point that California wants to bring those jobs back to America. So the conversation is there. I'll leave it to you to correct Cathy on this issue.
Well, Cathy said one issue at a time. Of all the issues facing this country and facing black America in particular, the Betsy Ross shoe doesn't even make the cut. If Colin Kaepernick has this kind of power, this kind of persuasiveness, and this kind of clout on social media, how about dealing with the #1 problem facing black America, and that's the lack of fathers in the home? How about dealing with the poor government schools that kids go to? How about the dropout rate in some inner city kids, in some inner city schools approaching almost 50%? And those who graduate often cannot read, write, and compute at grade level. How about dealing with some of these trivial problems now that we've mastered
Kathy,
the
I
Betsy
would think
Ross
you'd be
problem?
very upset because Betsy Ross was a remarkable woman who had her own business, and she, you know, sewed the flag and created the flag. I think you'd be sticking up for her.
Yes. And I am so happy that Kaepernick brought up the issue that Betsy Ross made this flag, and she couldn't even vote at the time that she actually made the flag.
Yeah, nice evasion.
Now we're talking about it.
Nice evasion.
I'm so thankful that this conversation
Larry Elder,
that we're
Kathy,
having,
thank you very much. There's more.